Good afternoon, travel professionals, and welcome to today's Jack's Facts training session. As always, thank you very much for taking the time to join us today. We do appreciate it. My name is Doug Cook. I'm the publisher of Jack's Facts Travel Marketing, and I will be your moderator today. And today, once again, we're joined by Marcelo and Jessica Roman of GT Tours. Today's session is part 2 of their in-depth look into all the tourism opportunities that Peru has to offer your clients. Couple housekeeping items. We will have time for your questions after the presentation, so please do send us those in the space provided. And also today's presentation is being recorded, and we will send you a copy of that recording within the next day or two. And that's all from me. Now let me turn things over to Jessica.
Well, good afternoon from Miami. I'm Jessica Roman, and on behalf of GT Tours, your partner in travel, first, we again thank those of you who participated in our first webinar and welcome you new participants to this second webinar on Peru, which we hope will be as interesting as the first. Now, a few words about GT Tours and our air partner to Peru and South America, LATAM. GT Tours has 30 years of experience in developing, designing, and operating innovative and unique nature, adventure, and cultural-oriented travel experiences for individuals, families, or small groups to Peru and other South American countries in combination with LATAM, offering top-of-the-line customer service from beginning to end. All of our tour programs and hotels we sell to Peru for 2021 and beyond comply with all USA, international, and Peruvian regulations and policies on safety and with all applicable COVID-19 protection protocols. Same strict safety protocols our air partner to Peru applies. We have good news regarding requirements for traveling to Peru. Peru has officially opened its doors as of November 1, 2021 for USA travelers who are fully vaccinated. No COVID tests required. Our air partner to Peru and all other South American destinations, LATAM, joins us in welcoming you to the second webinar journey to one of the most exciting destinations in South America. For new participants, here are the many reasons we have selected LATAM as our air travel partner for Peru and South America. Most modern aircraft fleet operating the USA and South American market. The long-range wide-body 787-9, one of the most modern aircraft fleets operating in the USA South America market. 3 cabin class categories to meet all passengers' travel needs and budgets. Here, it's business class service. Very comfortable seating in economy class. Excellent customer service throughout the flight. Safety protocols at airports and in flight. Competitive net airfares for the USA-Peru leisure market. LATAM operates most direct air services between USA and Peru and other South American destinations from its 3 gateways, offering Miami-Lima, 2 daily flights, Los Angeles and New York and Lima, daily flights. Additionally, direct service to Argentina, Brazil, Chile, and Colombia, plus service from over 50 cities in USA in combination with Delta Airlines. LATAM operates the most extensive regional and local service throughout Peru to and from 8 cities from Lima, offering the best connectivity within Peru. That includes convenient daily flights between Lima or Cusco and Puno. Last webinar, we visited Lima, Cusco, Sacred Valley, and Machu Picchu. Today, we are covering Puno and Lake Titicaca, the magnificent colonial Arequipa, the Kolka Valley, and the Amazon region. And we are adding another exciting destination within Peru, the Nazca Lines, Paracas, Ballestas Islands. Our portfolio includes fully escorted tours ranging from full day to 3 or 4 days. Our journey begins enjoying the comfort and fine service aboard LATAM flight to Lima from one of their USA gateways, Miami, Los Angeles, or New York. Peru offers an incredible mixture of archaeology, historical monuments, nature, and adventure throughout 3 distinct regions. The coastal area next to the Pacific Ocean, featuring deserts, beautiful beaches, and fertile valleys, as well as Lima, its capital. The highlands area, dominated by the Andes mountain range. The Amazonia, or jungle area, of lush tropical vegetation, forming part of the Peruvian Amazon region, home to Peru's largest nature reserve areas. All international passengers arrive in Lima, and depending on the tour itinerary, may select a late evening or early morning arrival. We recommend a visit to Lima with a stay of a minimum 2 nights to explore a city rich in colonial culture, art, old and new architecture, world-class museums, excellent hotels, and a thriving culinary scene focused on Nuevo Peruvian cuisine, with one of our fully escorted local tour programs, including transfers, hotel accommodation, and tours. Your client's peace of mind continues upon arrival in Lima and throughout their visit to Peru, with land service and tours provided by our representative in Peru, Viajes Pacifico. All staff, tour guides, and drivers who will be in contact with your clients are fully vaccinated and practice all protocols related to wearing masks, social distancing, etc. The guides we have selected are very knowledgeable in all aspects of Peru's culture, history, archaeology, art, and traditions. Meet our selected team of professional guides that will make your client's stay in Peru a very memorable one. Here is a guide escorting a small group at the Larco Museum in Lima. A guide sharing his knowledge of Machu Picchu. A brand new fleet operating to our destinations. Very comfortable vans to accommodate families or individuals practicing social distancing. We start our Lima guided experience in comfort visiting the colonial and historical center of the city and witnessing examples of magnificent colonial design and architecture, such as the Plaza Mayor and its magnificent fountain, surrounded by colonial buildings displaying beautiful wooden balconies. Plaza Mayor at night, included in one of our Nights in Lima tours. Visitors enjoying leisurely Plaza Mayor. Change of the guard at the Government Palace of Peru, rebuilt in 1937. Archbishop Palace and its beautiful colonial balconies dates back to 1535. The Basilica Cathedral of Lima, also dating back to 1535. Interior view of the cathedral, decorated with the finest gold leaf altars. San Francisco Convent, one of the finest examples of 17th century colonial architecture, houses a superb collection of religious art. Evening view of the San Francisco Church. In Lima, visit well-kept plazas, such as San Martin Square. This plaza was inaugurated in 1921 on the occasion of the centenary of the independence of Peru. In the center of the plaza, a monument in honor of General José de San Martin. In addition to visiting the historical center, we continue to explore modern Lima. A view of Costa Verde cliffs in Miraflores, where, at the bottom, the renowned Rosa Nautica restaurant, open since 1983, offers the most complete selection of Peruvian and international cuisine. a beautiful view of the Costa Verde at night. One of several renowned museums, the Larco is a privately owned museum of pre-Columbian art located in the Pueblo Libre district of Lima. The museum is housed in an 18th century viceroyal mansion built over a 7th century pre-Columbian pyramid. Its chronological galleries provide a thorough overview of 4,000 years of pre-Columbian history and art. Larco Museum's Gold and Silver Gallery showcases the largest collection of jewelry used by many notable rulers of pre-Columbian Peru. The museum is also well known for its gallery of pre-Columbian pottery, displaying the craftsmanship of several centuries of Peruvian history, mainly the pre-Inca era. The Gold Museum is another must-see while in Lima. This and other museums are included in one of our cultural tours of Lima. Another fun experience is visiting Lima's open markets, where clients will experience the variety of fresh aromas and flavors that are part of Peru's traditional cuisine. With their guides, they can procure and prepare ingredients and enjoy the flavors of typical Peruvian dishes, such as Peru's famous ceviche. After the market shopping experience, participate in a cooking class to prepare the famous ceviche and pisco sours. Great souvenir shopping. Lima has many stores throughout offering local crafts such as silver and gold jewelry, wall hangings, alpaca clothing, and much more. Hotels in Lima. In our first webinar, we shared with you a small sample of the many hotels we recommend in deluxe, first class, and tourist superior categories in Miraflores and San Isidro. Hotel Belmond Miraflores Park, luxury. Hotel Boutique B, Barranco, deluxe. Casa Andina Hotels offer 3 hotel categories: private collection, select, and classic, located in beautiful Miraflores with very spacious and comfortable rooms and excellent service. Here are suggestions in the San Isidro neighborhood of Lima. Hotel Country Club Deluxe, a very classic and traditional hotel. Hotel Radisson, first class. A great opportunity to visit and explore Ica, the Nazca Lines, Paracas, and the Ballestas Islands from Lima. Visit this area either by land in comfortable vans or by a short flight from Lima. Ica encompasses considerable desert, offering diverse opportunities for adventures, sandboarding, or crossing the dunes in sand buggies. The famous Nazca Lines are intricate designs in the ground that cover an estimated 170 square miles in southern Peru. The large-scale etchings depict people, animals, and objects dating back 2,000 years when a pre-Inca civilization created them in the Nazca Desert. Many modern researchers have speculated about their meaning, but still don't know and may never know the reason they exist. And recent discoveries by researchers suggest there are still many more yet to uncover. The geoglyphs date from 100 BC to AD 300 and range in size from about 16 to 330 feet across. For comparison, the Statue of Liberty is 300 feet tall. The Nazca Hummingbird. A perfect design of a monkey. Perhaps a spider design. An oasis in the midst of the sand dunes, with easy access to enjoy a unique experience. Another view of the oasis. Soft adventures sandbuggying in the dunes. Sandbuggying. Sandbuggying soft adventures. Sandboarding experiences. A visitor getting ready for sandboarding. The Ica and surrounding areas are the traditional source of Pisco brandy. Think Pisco sours and surprisingly excellent red wines. Visiting a charming and quaint village, part of our Pisco Experience tours. Visiting Pisco producers and Pisco tasting, another one of our Pisco Experience tours. An old press of Huarango. Clay barrels for aging Pisco. And while there, why not try a variety of Piscos, including a Pisco sour, of course. Barrels for red wine and a glass of Pisco. Did I mention before that Pisco area produces outstanding red wines, mostly for local consumption? Paracas is a town on Peru's west coast known for beaches like El Chaco set on sheltered Paracas Bay. The town is a launch point for the uninhabited Ballestas Islands, home to sea lions, pelicans, and Humboldt penguins. Rugged wildlife-rich Paracas National Reserve spans desert, ocean, islands, and the Paracas Peninsula. Small boats run from Pisco and the nearby town of Paracas out to the island's craggy rock formations. On the way, they pass the Paracas Candelabra geoglyph, an enormous hillside etching of mysterious origins. The Paracas Candelabra is a well-known prehistoric geoglyph found on the northern face of the Paracas Peninsula at Pisco Bay in Peru. The Ballestas Islands lie off the southern coast of Peru, near the city of Pisco. Rich in marine life, the uninhabited islands are home to sea lions, pelicans, Peruvian boobies, and Humboldt penguins. A mini Galapagos Island experience. A view of the Ballestas Islands from one of the boat tours. Sea lions posing sunbathing for photos. An aerial view of sea lion sunbathing. A shark viewing experience. Navigating around Paracas. Hotels in Ica and Paracas. Here are some of our favorites. Hotel Las Dunas in Ica, first class. Ideal for families. Lots of outdoor activities for visitors of all ages. Hotel Las Dunas, Ica. Hotel Libertador Paracas, deluxe. Another view of the hotel. Tents in the Dunes by Libertador Hotel. Another Arabian feeling experience in the Peruvian dunes. Hotel La Hacienda Paracas. Because of ideal weather, this hotel and others excel in providing outdoor comfort and experiences. A charming room at the La Hacienda. From Ica, we return to Lima, either by ground transportation or a short flight, for an overnight at a hotel across the street from the airport, allowing for an early morning flight to Juliaca Airport in Puno. Now let's continue our journey to explore Puno and Lake Titicaca. Puno and Lake Titicaca can be reached either from Lima or from Cusco if your clients are already there. From Lima, LATAM offers daily direct service to Juliaca Airport. As Cusco and Machu Picchu are an ideal tour combination with Puno and Lake Titicaca, these destinations can be visited in either direction with LATAM. Lima, Puno, Lima, Cusco, Lima, or Lima, Cusco, Lima, Puno, Lima. Let's start our Puno experience from Cusco to Juliaca on a LATAM flight. Or, with time to spare, this is what we highly recommend. A journey by train service. We have 2 train companies operating the route Cusco, Puno, Cusco. The Belmont Andean Explorer Deluxe from Cusco to Puno. This spectacular rail journey begins in historic Cusco and travels south to the beautiful city of Puno on the shores of Lake Titicaca. During the journey, the train makes a gentle climb to higher and cooler altitudes. The first half of the journey is dominated by the magnificent Andean mountains, which tower over the deep valleys of the meandering Huatani River. Very comfortable and elegant cabins. Think of the Orient Express. Delightful dinner aboard. Deluxe bedroom accommodations. And the Titicaca train, a first-class service and another great experience. A very comfortable and pleasant lounge to enjoy a cocktail and relax. Great scenery from both sides of the train. Plenty of space to move around the train and enjoy the ride and scenery. Another great alternative for traveling from Cusco to Puno is a very comfortable coach service that stops at several must-see tourist spots, including Andean sceneries, small villages, an archaeological center, and Huaylias God Temple. Admire alpacas on the way to Puno. Andajuelius village. Its main attraction is a humble-looking church called the Church of San Pedro of Andajuelius. This Catholic church was built in 1631 and was one of the first attempts in the area to impress and convert the pre-Spanish inhabitants of Peru. Rachi Archaeological Center, Huaylias God Temple. Arriving to the folk capital of America, Puno. Soon you will know why. Welcome to Puno and Lake Titicaca. This is an amazing tour for those interested in experiencing the incredible landscape and culture of Peru's Lake Titicaca. Diablada during the celebration of the Virgin of the Candelaria. The Candelaria feast fully justifies Puno's claim to the title of folklore capital for its wealth of dances, ornamentation, and sumptuous costumes. The festival gathers many communities and dance groups from the whole south area of Peru, as well as foreign delegations who are represented in big artistic competitions with their own musical groups, featuring beautiful choreography in parades and contests in the Stadium of Puno. Amazing, colorful, and elaborate textile craftsmanship, a pride for the local Puno residents, offers great buys to bring home. Titicaca Lake is located at the northern end of the Altiplano Basin, high in the Andes on the border of Peru and Bolivia. The western part of the lake lies within the Puno region of Peru, and the eastern side is located in the Bolivian La Paz region. Sailing to the island of the Uros. Uros are pre-Incan people who live on 42 self-fashioned floating islands in Lake Titicaca, Puno in Peru, and Bolivia. The Uros use bundles of dried totora reeds to make reed boats, balsa mats, and to build their islands. The Uros Islands, at 3,810 meters above sea level, are just 5 kilometers west of Puno Port. Sailing from island to island. Sailing on Lake Titicaca. Local people sailing. In the background, the Hotel Libertador in Esteves Island. Each island has its unique docking area. Visitors enjoying a visit to one of the islands, spending time with an Uros family, sharing lunch with them, and doing some souvenir shopping. Taquile is also a must-visit during the Lake Titicaca tour. Here, a beautiful view of the lake from Taquile Island. Residents of Taquile run their society based on community collectivism and on the Inca moral code. The economy is based on fishing, terraced farming, horticulture based on potato cultivation, and tourist-generated income. Residents of Taquile on their way to one of their festivals. Traditional dancing dress in colorful customs. Great for photos, and why not join them in one of their dances? A child selling his own, or perhaps his family's, creations. Okay, Chulpas in Silustani, a pre-Inca cemetery, is located 34 kilometers from Puno on the road to Juliaca Airport. On the way, clients see a panoramic view of the city, the bay of the lake, and the plateau of the necklace. When reaching the ruins of Silustani, enjoy a tour of the pre-Inca cemetery, considered the most important of Callao and place of sacrifice, where the most important people were buried. Hotels in Puno and Lake Titicaca. Before we depart to the next destination, here are our hotel suggestions in Puno and Lake Titicaca. Hotel Titilaca, deluxe, great comfort and amazing views of the lake. Very comfortable rooms and excellent service. Hotel Libertador in Esteves Island. Accommodations with all comforts and great lake views. Hotel Casa India, private collection, first class. Charming and comfortable accommodations. After visiting Puno, we continue on our journey to Arequipa and the famous Kolka Canyon. Arequipa is the colonial era capital of Peru's Arequipa region. Framed by three volcanoes, it's filled with Baroque buildings constructed from sillar, a white volcanic stone. Its historic center is anchored by the Plaza de Armas, a stately main square flanked by the 7th century neoclassical Basilica Cathedral, which houses a museum displaying religious objects and artwork. Arikipa can be reached from Lima or Cusco on daily direct air service via LATAM, a short flight of approximately 60 minutes. We land in Arequipa, where a guide will meet clients and escort them to their hotel. The next morning, start discovering the city and beautiful surroundings. Arequipa Main Square, the Plaza de las Armas, is a good starting point for touring Arequipa. The city center, surrounded by beautiful colonial architecture made of sillar stone, gardens and a central fountain make this a pleasant area to sit and relax. The highlights in the plaza are the Arequipa Cathedral and the colonnaded balconies. It is one of Peru's most impressive main squares. The main square and its cathedral. Compañía Church, completed in 1698, is one of the oldest churches in Arequipa and a great example of mestizo architecture, a mixture of Western and Indian styles. Santa Catalina Convent, located in the center of Arequipa, is the pride of its townspeople, covering an area close to 30,000 square meters. It is a masterpiece of colonial architecture and houses some of the finest examples of Spanish-American religious art. Inside the Santa Catalina Convent, an old kitchen carved in stone. Artisans carving sillar blocks to create unique styles of architecture. Sillar is a variety of rhyolite, a type of volcanic rock. Although sillar is of rhyolite composition, it comes from volcanoes which mostly consist of andesite, lava, and thus sillar also contains small fragments of andesite. Here is a sample of what local artisans are creating. Panoramic view of Arikipa countryside, a view of the Misti volcano towering over the city of Arequipa. Its perfect snow-capped cone is thought to have had religious significance for the Incas and has inspired both legends and poetry. a landscape view outside Arequipa. Juanita Mummy at the UCSM Museum. On September 2nd, 1995, an expedition found the mummy, named Juanita, the Girl of the Ice, or the Lady of Ampato, in remarkably good condition. Hotels in Arequipa we recommend. Hotel Arequipa Libertador, first class. Pleasant and comfortable accommodations. Hotel Mint, first class. Modern, comfortable, and airy accommodations. While in Arikipa, the Kolka Canyon is a must to visit and explore. A pleasant drive from the hotel in Arequipa to the Kolka Canyon. Vicuñas at Salinas Reservation and Aguada Blanca on the way to Koka. Beautiful scenery. Picture-perfect scenery throughout. Scenery en route to the Kolka Canyon. The majestic Kolka Canyon of the Kolka River, located about 160 kilometers northwest of Arequipa, with a depth of about 1,000 to 2,000 meters, or 3,300 to 6,600 feet, with edges between 3,000 and 4,000 meters above sea level, it is one of the deepest canyons in the world. The Kolka Valley is a colorful Andean site, once inhabited by pre-Inca peoples. Later, towns were founded in Spanish colonial times. The local people maintain their ancestral traditions and continue to cultivate the pre-Inca step terraces called andenes. Viewing points like this one allow one to observe the almighty condors flying and gliding between and above mountains. A gliding condor at great altitude. Close-up of a condor. Another close-up of the condor from above. Interact with local residents of all ages. Here, Koliawua, children in their colorful clothing. Local people are respectful and loving of their pets and domestic animals. Before leaving the Kolka Canyon, do not miss the opportunity to bargain and shop for great souvenirs. Some of the hotels we recommend for stays in the Kolka area. Hotel Casitas del Kolka, Deluxe. Excellent service, comfortable and spacious rooms and suites. Hotel Kolka, Deluxe. Also excellent service with comfortable and spacious rooms and suites. We say farewell to Koka and continue to our next destination. The Amazon region of Puerto Maldonado. Puerto Maldonado is a city in southeastern Peru in the Amazon rainforest and located at the confluence of the Tambopata and Madre de Dios rivers, which join the Madeira River, a tributary of the Amazon. This city is the capital of the Madre de Dios region. The region we are visiting is shown in red. Madre de Dios is home to 3 national parks, including the Manu National Park and the Tambopata National Reserve. In these national parks, one is surrounded with biodiversity. In Madre de Dios and Tambopata, it is all about walking, observing, and listening. When walking along the region's trails, where the entire forest is revealed, look carefully and see how trees compete with each other in search of sunlight. And listen carefully and discover flocks of macaws or troops of monkeys moving quickly through the treetops. LATAM offers daily nonstop service between Lima and Puerto Maldonado. Our flight takes us to Puerto Maldonado. Clients start getting a feeling of the Amazon region, such as this view of joining the Tambata and Madre Dios rivers. Arriving at Puerto Maldonado Airport, outside, meet the guide, transfer to the river dock. navigating the Tambopata River en route to one of the lodges selected as the base for daily excursions. Once settled in at the lodge, clients are briefed on the lodge activities and daily excursions and introduced to the guides. There will be 2 guides with each excursion, one native who has deep knowledge of the flora and fauna, and a bilingual professional naturalist guide. Here, a guide getting the group's attention to see some plant insects or animals which could otherwise be easily missed. A bird's eye view of the forest from an observation tower. Another activity, a boat excursion in the 3 Chimbadas Lake. We will encounter giant trees, male and female Arpia eagles in a nest, a group of turtles riding on a log, a capybaras family, the world's largest rodent, a tree frog in perfect camouflage. It might escape our sight, but not that of a native guide. Observe a variety of colorful and unusual butterflies, a colony of macaws, parrots, one of the many varieties of monkeys, a caiman on one of the boat excursions. And if we are lucky, we might spot this feline, a native of the Manu National Park, on one of the night excursions. Lodges in Puerto Maldonado. We are including 2 of the lodges we recommend. The Inca Terra Lodge that offers programs starting with 3-day stays, very comfortable accommodations, and great overall service. Terrace is ideal for having room service at breakfast or any meal. Hammocks for relaxing at the end of the day excursion. The Posada Amazonas Lodge, also comfortable accommodations, rooms ideal for a family with children. An outside lateral view of the posada. Lounge chairs and hammocks for relaxing. And a beautiful sunset, perfect for your last day at the lodge. Morning transfer by boat upriver to Puerto Maldonado and to the airport for our flight via LATAM to Lima and beyond. We end this webinar with our thanks for all participants and with our hopes that for your next booking to Peru or any South American destination, you think of us as your partner in travel. And on behalf of LATAM, we also thank you for joining today and also hope you think of LATAM as your preferred airline to South America. And that concludes our webinar.
Wow. Thank you, Jessica. That was fantastic. I feel like I just took a complete tour of Peru from my home desk. It was great. Your pictures are beautiful. So thank you.
Okay.
If you want to, can you just bring up your presentation? Just leave that last screen on.
Leave the last
So
screen on. Leave the
So
last
the
screen on.
so your contact information is there while we go through the questions?
Information. Yeah, we're going to put it right back up.
Okay, perfect.
It has the contact information.
Yeah, just jump down to that. I
It's
think
down
it was
there.
your last.
That's it? Okay.
Okay, great. We can just leave that up while we go through some questions here.
Okay, I'm going to turn it back over to Marcelo.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hi.
Hello, Marcelo.
How are
One
you
question for you. I'm doing great, thank you. Jessica had mentioned one of the options from going to Cusco to Puno was either by, well, you can fly or either by rail or by motor coach. Can you talk about how long that trip is, either by rail or by motor coach?
Yeah, it basically is a full day experience, leaving early in the morning and arrive in the evening by coach, arrive in the evening to Puno.
Okay, great.
By the train, it takes a little bit longer, so you might depart, let's say, during the noon time, and then you arrive overnight and comfortable accommodation and arrive the following morning.
Perfect. Thank you for that. We have another question here. It's a question we get quite often. What is the best time of year to travel to Peru?
Well, like we said, Peru is a land of all seasons because basically, because of the different altitudes of the country, let's say, for example, to Cusco, Machu Picchu, and those areas are great to travel between let's say November, May, and things like in May, April, May, June. Well, the
Okay.
jungle, you kind of avoid the rainy season, and therefore you also try to travel during those months. And to Lima, basically the differences between the days are kind of uh, full of fog or humidity and rain versus dry. So basically, it depends. You might encounter the 2 or 3 climates. Let's say if you go visit Lima, Cusco, Puno, or Arequipa, you will be exposed to some of those changes in weather.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Another question. I hope I get the pronunciation of this right. What are the dates for the Candelaria Fest or Candelaria Feast?
The dates basically they have different feasts or events
Mhm.
throughout the year, and normally it's linked to the cultivation of the land when they cultivate the grains and all those things like that. So it'll be probably September, October.
Okay, perfect. All right. It looks like that was all the questions we had. Jessica did such a great job of showing
Yeah.
us the country. No questions were needed. Marcel, I wonder if you could tell everybody, just reiterate again what the giveaway that GT Tours and LATAM are generously offering to one of the participants.
Okay. It's a combination of LATAM, Viajes Pacífico, and GT Tours. So LATAM is offering a run trip ticket from any of their online destination, let's say Los Angeles, Miami, or New York to Peru. And in combination to that, Viajes Pacífico is providing a 3-day, 2-night stay at a first class hotel with a private tour of the city.
Awesome.
And then we will be, once we have all the names, we will be ruffling the price and letting everybody know about it.
Absolutely. We'll do that in the next few days. We'll send the name of the winner along with a link to the recording of this webinar.
Yeah, great.
Perfect. All
And
right.
thank you for participating too, and thank you for your help, Doug.
Of course. And thank you to all our travel advisors again for joining us today. We do appreciate your time. That will wrap up today's session. Please join us for future training sessions. Have a great afternoon, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.